Call halal, Yahweh Bashin Abashai, Bahashem Wakakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders. Salutations to all my fellow laborers doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Malcolm coming at you with another lesson. I'd like to say shalom to all my fellow laborers, to the confusion of faith joined unto our ranks, to the Akwaf, the hopeful elect that are listening and learning. To you I say shalom. There's on the screen here, you're looking at the image of what science says the first Swedes look like on the left here. Which they lie. The science is a lie. Okay? But this is the truth. And I'm going to play a video that pretty much got, I made a big deal out of the video, but it seemed like no one else really talked about this video. Because I know I spoke about it a lot, and I used it quite a few times in my teaching, even learned from it. Okay? But what you have to understand is that the same way Greece went from dark to pale, all right, is pretty much the same thing that happened during the Dark Ages and the Middle Ages. Because when Esau came into power during the Renaissance, he whitewashed history. And he went throughout Europe, all different parts of Europe, destroying the icons and the images left, but there were so many that he couldn't get them all. There are still thousands of images left that have these dark faces on them. All from Germany to Sweden, from Russia to all the way back to Britain. The evidence is overwhelming. All right? But Esau Edom just chooses to ignore the truth. And we're living in a time in the age when the truth is being manifest. All right? I'm trying to remember this scripture, which is leaving me right now. And it says something to the effect. Found it through the Spirit. Came right up on it. It's Luke 8:17. And it reads, "For nothing is secret that shall not be made manifest, neither anything hid that shall not be known and come abroad." And just like Esau Edom, the so-called white man, self-proclaimed, has been proven and found out to be the biblical Edomites, there you have to understand, all their history is based upon lies. Okay? There was, let's see if I can go back. Let's let a moment of this play.
Documentary about dark-skinned first Swedes, quote-unquote, sparks horror on Twitter. This is published today, February 18th on RT. An ad for an upcoming documentary about...
All right, so it sparked horror because it's the truth. And the truth horrifies Esau Edom, the so-called white man. But this is a video that was done a couple years back. This video should have hundreds of thousands of views. It's called The Etymology of Bluetooth, and it was by Great Millstone in Philadelphia. And because the history that he brought out in this was so important and on such a high level and so relevant to our teachings, it's just like knowing that that information about Esau Edom labeled himself as white in 1681 in Virginia. That can be proven. All right? That can be proven through the research of Theodore Allen, Dr. Jacqueline Battalore, and Dr. Robin DiAngelo. All right? They prescribed that name to themselves in 1681. And then what happened in the 1700s? The whole white superiority doctrine advanced from that point. And they fabricated the three the 3 different people, and matched it up with the Bible. They took Darwinism and married it to the Bible, and they married Negroid, Caucasoid, and Mongoloid, and they married it to Ham, Shem, and Japheth. Then they turn around and try to make some of Ham's children white to fit their Christianity lies. But it just goes to show you how much of bullshit Esau Edom is. But without any further ado, we're gonna go into the history of Harold Bluetooth and let this video play. I just wish the brother had. Oh wait, I can turn it up.
This is the second installment of a small video series I'm doing called Artifacts and Etymology. The first video dealt with an artifact or a monument called the Jellystone of Christ, which depicts Yahweh Shai as having dark skin, which undoubtedly proves that so-called blacks ruled Europe, including the Eastern Hemisphere, which this is just...
That's so true, because that Jellystone, there's no way that you would have had a bunch of blind, blue-eyed men would have put a dark image, a colored image like that, and that's sitting in a museum to this day. All right, that's one that they didn't destroy, that they didn't get to and put the chemicals on to lighten it up or just deface it.
It's one of many numerous artifacts our people made to validate their presence throughout Europe. And the point is, the white man is the fucking devil. That's not his history. He stole that history from us. That's the bottom line. This is our history. This is so-called black, Latino, Native American history. Even though the so-called Latin tribes or Native Americans, so-called, were over here in the Americas, this is still their history because they're Israelites. And again, if I didn't mention it, this stone was created by Harold Bluetooth, and it commemorated the unification of Denmark and also Danish, or the Danes of Denmark's conversion to Christianity, which at this time, this is around the 10th century, these were the Vikings. That's another topic. The Vikings being so-called black people or people of color. Overall, they were Israelites. And again, the so-called white man is a devil that the Bible speaks of. So in part 2, which is the main entree, is dealing with the man who erected that monument. His name was Harold Bluetooth. And you're going to find out the word Bluetooth in his name has nothing to do with him having a blue tooth. It actually signified that he was a dark-skinned man. And I'm going to thoroughly prove it, leaving no stone unturned. This is from Wikipedia. Harold Bluetooth. Harold, which simply means commander of an army. Bluetooth, which you're going to find out means dark skin, and Gormson is son of Gorm, which was his father. His father's name was Gorm the Old, and the word Gorm, you're going to find out, meant dark skin. So his father had the same appellation or stigma of being called dark skin, which that was a stigma applied to our people throughout history. Why? Because the main reason why was because the so-called white man or the Edomite nation was going to rule the planet Earth and deceive and corrupt the minds of the people. It says Harold Bluetooth Gormson, Old Norse, Danish, and they have those words which say the same thing. Harold Bluetooth Gormson. It says probably born around 935 AD, was a king of Denmark and Norway. He was the son of King Gorm the Old, which again the word Gorm, I'm approved, means dark skinned, and of Dyra Danbo. He died in 985 or 986, having ruled as king of Denmark from around 958 AD and king of Norway for a few years, probably around 970 AD. Some sources say his son Swin Folkbeard forcibly disposed him as king, and hopefully this lesson is very edifying, and to the point. Okay, jumping to the next point. Most of the information I have is from random sources, which overall validates my point, I'm trying to make in this lesson is that Harold Bluetooth actually signified that he was dark-skinned and had nothing to do with his actual tooth. So jumping to the next bit of information, it says, this is Ian Davies, and he's from Goreford, UK, and he says, I'm told that King Harold Bluetooth lived in Denmark between 910 940 AD, and his name had nothing to do with a blue tooth. So that proved my point right there. It means dark complexion, which was unusual for Vikings because he subscribes to the nonsense that the Vikings were crackers or Edomites. That's bullshit. They were so-called black people. Overall, they were Israelites. It says not only did Harold not fit the classic image physically, he was a rather unusual Viking. The good King Harold brought Christianity to Scandinavia, and that Christianity was not created by so-called white people, okay? They was created by so-called blacks.
Dark Age relics. They don't use these today though, because come the 1400s they
It
changed
says
that.
again, the good King Harold brought
Late
Christianity
1400s.
to Scandinavia and also united Denmark and Norway. Similarly, modern Bluetooth technology, that's where you get the word Bluetooth from, in modern usage, you get it from King Harold Bluetooth, an Israelite. It says similarly, modern Bluetooth technology unites separate computers, machines, and electronic gadgets. Continuing on, it says Jonathan Gardner, London. More important is this: did Harold Bluetooth have blue teeth? If he didn't, why was he so called? Alex Wills from Hong Kong, China replied, the name Bluetooth is the result of confusion between old Danish words and modern ones. So here we're dealing with the etymology, the etym, the true sense of the word or the origin of the word. And this is what most guys you are offended at, the meaning of words. Okay, so it says again, the name Bluetooth is the result of confusion between old Danish words and modern ones. You see, blah is the modern Danish word for blue, but once meant dark skinned. See, I mean that's all, man. But I'm gonna keep going. I got more information. But
Overkill.
once meant dark skin. Tan once meant great man. So tooth actually meant great man, and blue meant dark skin. So it really said or meant dark skinned man. As simple as that.
Hey, so remember this video was put up by Great Millstone Philadelphia. It's called Etymology Bluetooth. What does it really mean? I highly suggest that you brothers go and watch that because it kills the whole lie. He's presenting the evidence and the relics themselves speak. Just like Snowden said in his book. He said that relics are more important than the written word in some cases because, you know, authors and writers can write what they want, but the relic speaks volumes and speaks the truth about what really was happening in a particular place and what people were really there. And when you go back and you will find that all throughout Sweden there were castles that had black faces, so-called black faces, carved in them. And then they come up with these crazy elaborate stories as to why who carves faces of their slaves into the sides of their castle with their family name on it. You know? Hey, so with that, I hope this was an edifying and revealing lesson. You know, and nothing hid shall stay hidden, man. The Lord reveals all. All right, and with that, all praises, glory, and honor be unto Yahweh Shem Shai. Wa Abba Babal.